Hey guys, and welcome to a Cinema 4D tutorial. And today we're going to be creating this falling text intro. So you can see that text just falls and smashes on the floor. And we have got a light in here, and we've got some camera movements at the beginning. And so yeah, let's try and create that in Cinema 4D. So open up Cinema 4D, and first of all we're going to create some text. So go to MoGraph and text object. Then call your text whatever you want. I'm going to call it tutorial. And then just click anywhere and it will automatically update on here. There we go. So then you can click on the line and set the align to middle, like that. And then just increase the depth to about 80. And that will just give it a more 3D look. And go to caps next to the object tab and go to start cap and change that to fillet cap, and then change the end cap to fillet cap as well, and change the steps to 3 steps. You can also change the font if you want to, so click on font here, and I'm going to use BBAS font, but you can use Impact that comes with Windows. Anything big will work. And then I'm just going to rotate the camera by using these tools up here. So with these tools you can move up and down, you can zoom in and out like that, but just find something that looks good for you. So yeah, if we render that, you can see that it's just our basic text. Next thing we're going to do is create a floor for the text to sit on. So go to this icon here and click and hold and go to floor, and then just move it down a bit. There we go, looking pretty good. And then just going to create a wall as well. So click on the floor, Control C, Control V to copy and paste it. And then if we go to rotation down here and go on the P rotation and change that to 90, and then hit enter. And there we go, it's in a wall now. And then just rotate the camera and just move this wall back because it's blocking the text at the moment. There we go, and rotate it back and zoom out. There we go. Okay, so if we render that, you can see the text and then there's a wall as well. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create some materials for the floor and for the text. So come down to this panel here and double click, and then double click on the material and change the color. This is for the floor, so I'm going to use a dark grey. And then go to reflection and tick it and change the brightness to 0, and then go to texture and then Fresnel. This just gives it a more realistic look instead of just the ordinary texture, which doesn't look too good. And then just drag that onto the floor, and if we render that, you can see that text reflects on the floor as well. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a material for the actual text as well. So yeah, we're going to double click here again and double click on the material again and change the color to a blue like that, and do the same again, reflection, tick it, change the brightness to 0, and then go to Fresnel on texture, and then double click on the gradient here and change the black by double clicking on here and change the black to just a blue. And there we go, if we drag that onto the text, that looks pretty good. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a light to our scene. So go to this icon here and click and hold again and go to light, and then just drag the light up and then move the light back. To do that, you click on this little icon here, and then you can just see all the different views, and then just drag that back a bit. And if we render that, you can see the text is illuminated by the light. You can just increase the intensity on the light settings. Just drag that up to about 130. So just might want to drag that light back a bit. There we go. Looks a bit better now. Okay, so now we're going to create it so the text just falls and smashes. So click on the text and move it up so you can't see it on our scene. And then click on the text and go to tags, MoGraph tags, and rigid body. And then do the same for the floor. Make sure you're clicking on the floor, not the wall. And go to tags, MoGraph tags, rigid body again. And if we play this through, the text should come and smash on the floor. There we go. And we can change the way the text smashes by clicking on text object and then going to this little button here. And change the bounce, just increase it so the text bounces more. And then for the friction, if you increase it, the text doesn't, the broken pieces don't move as much. Then the collision noise just makes the impact bigger. So if we watch that through, the bounce should be bigger. There we go. It's a bit better. I might decrease the friction a bit so the pieces spread out more. If we watch that. Yeah, there we go. That's looking a bit better. So yeah, now we're going to create some camera movements. So click and hold on this and go to camera and then click this little button here and it will make the camera able to move. Then change our view again, go to top view and zoom out on it, then just move the camera back a bit, and then now we're going to do some basic keyframing. So as the text hits the floor, which is about 25 frames, we're going to hit this button here and then zoom in, go to about 50 frames and zoom in to however far you want to, and then hit this button again. So created a basic keyframe. So it just moves in there like that. Okay, and yeah, that's looking pretty good. So I think we're ready to render it now. So if we go to this tab here, click it, and go to output, change the width for HD, change the width to 1280 and the height to 720. And that puts it in HD 720p for YouTube. And then click on save, and to change the name of your file and where you save it, just click this little button here and change the format to QuickTime or AVI. I'm going to use QuickTime. And if we render that, we can see there's our text falling and smashed on the floor. And if you want it to have a bit more contrast, but it will take longer to render, you can click on the render settings again and go to Effect, Ambient Occlusion. And that looks pretty nice if we just render that. It takes longer to render, as you can see, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So I think we can just, the scene's a bit bright, so I think we can put the intensity to about 120 if it's a bit bright. But yeah, let's have a look at this. Oh come on, it takes ages to render. Oh yeah, and if you obviously you want it to render all the frames of the file, so click on render settings and go to output and change the frame range to all frames, and that will render every single frame in your timeline. So it's just rendered yet. It's not quite done, but as you can see there's a bit more contrast in there, which looks pretty nice. And yeah, thanks for watching. And oh yeah, quick shout out to Carbine GFX. We are now partners, so yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's a good editor, so you might want to go check him out. His channel will be in the description. So yeah, thanks and bye.